if somebody's hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk empath, and I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things, and I'm trying to stay in my even keel right now because this is the third time I've said this. Because tech is glitchy, man. I don't know how people do it not knowing about IT and stuff. I am tech support. I'm support in life. That's what I've always had the supportive job. I mean, think about that. People's positions, the boss, the manager, telling people what to do all day, things that you would never yourself do, you freaking hypocrite, because you're too good for it. Oh, those people drive me crazy. They ain't fun to work with. Because they're always coming up with ideas and they change stuff, and just like when you get your flow going, they're like, nope, gotta do it this way now, send out the memo. And then you gotta, and then people don't realize what resources are involved. The whole supply chain behind send out the memo. I knew a woman who did the memo, the leaflets, for frickin' Mutual of Omaha Insurance. What, like a freaking $1 million, like 1 point, I mean, because she'd brag about it. Well, yeah, I got this budget to, you make leaflets that you send out in mail to get them to insure, and you spend money on this stuff instead of bringing their insurance premiums down. You gotta really look at the heart space of the people that you're doing business with. So people don't want to get in the bed with the dirty no more. People are tired of being in. That's what the world is, exhausted from dirty and money and perversion and all the freaking smoke and mirrors and games that go along with keeping up with the fucking Joneses. Fuck the Joneses. Fucking, I never liked it. They were never really nice to me anyway. The proper people. They would have me come over. I hang out there, growing up, hang out with the you make friends in school. You go to their house. Wow, this is a big fancy house. Wow, they have a pool table. Yeah, it was outdated, but it's big. Wow, they have a swimming pool. Wow, they have all this stuff. This girl, I went over. We were like making posters for homecoming or something. You always show support, get involved, suit up, show. So we do that, and they had me come in there. It's like, they're like, well, it's dinner time. You coming over, okay. And I was thinking that everybody was going to get a bite to eat and then start making the sign stuff. But it was like they blatantly freaking, I wasn't invited for dinner. So they had me sit in a chair. I couldn't even like hang out and play pool by myself, in the room, in the pool table room. No, they had me come and sit in a chair and watch while they had dinner. That is how I've been treated my whole life. That stuff. And so now I know the vibe. Yes, Artie, I know you want in right this second. Go lay down. I invited him in a little while ago. I said, I'm going to do a video. You want to come in? And he's like, nope. So anyway, I don't think the stream is very... It says excellent condition. But alright, I'm just going to go for it. I've been listening. I already heard it's 9:15. I've already heard 3 astrology talks this morning: Noon, Moon, and Gemini. And see, this thing is my high points are usually when I'm not mainstream. There's nothing about me mainstream. I use mainstream stuff as data and technology to let me know where people's headspace is. I mean, I'm just using it. I use mainstream to see, okay, we're tipping more, and every now and again, some astrology dips into mainstream, and then it's discounted. Something spiritual gets in, and then it's discounted. Because there's always the freaking, the extremist. The extremist. It's the extremist in every situation that ruins everything. Because they're always looking up and they're never taking account for down, and they're the down, they just keep looking up. And that's an imbalance in people. The extremists. I mean, what people will do I mean, for toilet paper, we've seen it. It's stupid. You know? I wear a mask, and you know why I won't? Because they made me wear a stupid mask. Playing their games, and that's what these are. They're still games. And when I start going into places where they don't allow freedom of choice and they're just having you put stuff like that on, close your business. Well, in my mind, it already is closed because I'll never go back. That's why my world is so small, is my tolerance. The older I get, I just am not willing to put up with the low vibrational nonsense. People that just hinder people because they like physically get a reaction, like they get their rocks off from making people miserable. Like they go home, they drink their glass of whiskey, and they think to themselves, God, I helped no one today, and I just want to just go up and show my wife what a man I am. That shit, and people don't think that low vibrational stuff doesn't exist. But what we're quickly finding out is what the world is run upon. People aren't going to start doing the right thing because they're doing the right they're gonna start doing the right thing because they're gonna start getting caught more, because the truth always comes out, and the astrology is just lining up. It's like dominoes lining up, and it's just waiting for people to just step in their place. And then you have these egos that are just like, nope, I want the world the way I want it. The Nellie Olsons and hey, the Nellie Olsons, it's in men too. You get men that are more feminine. Toxic masculinity is definitely a thing, but toxic femininity is definitely a thing too. It's just people that aren't freaking balanced with themselves. People that anybody that wants too much. Like when I feed the dogs, I have a couple that have food issues, and it's important that you keep their energy level down at an even keel when it's time to eat. Because if you watch them, and some people like it when they get the dog, oh look, the dogs are so excited, it's cute, look, oh look, are you excited, it's time to, and they get them right. Those people that get and things riled up, they do it on purpose, because then they get a chance to get mad or something if like the dogs like gets and they direct on themselves, and somebody gets hurt, and then you got to take one to the vet or something. Whose fault is that? That's dissonance, that's static, that's chaos. And there's people that thrive in the vibration of chaos, and there's people that thrive in the vibration of peace and serenity. And there's definitely a point of division in the world today. Definitely. I don't know what happened to my preview. Where's my preview? How come I don't have a preview? See, this is how I'm like, my frustration with technology. Like last night, I go to watch 6 Feet Under on the Hulu Loop. So I go watch, and I'm like, oh, it's not on my watching list, my still continue to watch list. So I go search 6 Feet Under. Oh, add on to frickin' HBO. So I click on it, and no, can't do, and then I get an error page. I search the error page. Oh yeah, all you have to do is call the company and then the IT department. I worked in the IT department. That's why I don't work in the IT department anymore, because I got really sick and tired of freaking the people, in the mentality of the people that I work with. They're fucking lazy. That's why I can't ever get a hold of tech support no more. It's because they're watching YouTube videos. And they have the attitude of, I'll get to it when I get to it, because they don't get paid so much. They'd crawl around on desk and do the grunt dirty work, and yeah, you throw them a free lunch when the big wigs come to town, which is all the time, because that's what egos do. All this remote stuff that people had that's what working from home, that's what it was designed to do 18 years ago. That's what it was designed to do. But no, egos can't be seen working from home, so they have to have big buildings and conference rooms and slideshows and projections and it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all a show. And none of it is substantiated on anything because it's all for money, and money isn't even real. Money's not real. It's a club like anything else. It's an energy. It's a vibe. It's, you get what you get. And I'm happy with what I got. I would be happier with more. I was happier with less. I had to learn to, because if you don't tell yourself you're happy, even when freaking the world around you is shit, if you don't, like, dial into the vibrations of times of your life and really, like, feel those vibrations of joy and happiness because you ain't living them right now. That's what I've done. It's like a memory bank. Emotions. And I can't do it with the negative ones. I did that for years in my drinking days, and that just keeps you in a low vibrational frequency, and that's not where all the good stuff is found. I know all about it. All about it. Dependencies on drugs, alcohol. Never liked to go fast. I'm fast enough, man. I gotta give Mom an hour from the time that she sits in her chair and wakes up, because I come out and I'm just like, and she's like not even fully in her, because she leaves, her spirit leaves her body vessel, soul sac, just like mine does, you know, but mine comes back in because I'm always on alert. It's just my vibe, you know, so I gotta give her time to wake up. People are really coming into the realization that they're having a spirit right now, and they're not reacting very well. It says excellent condition, but an error occurred. But I'm still alive. So what I'll do is I'll go over here to the U of the tube. I'm testing tech. That's how I stay relevant. Oh, that's what I was talking about. So the Hulu story. So I was like, okay, well, it's after hours. Nobody's gonna call right now, or nobody's gonna answer. But I wanted to watch, and then I'm like, started thinking about it, Marge, because it's, and then there are several. In every website, there's several ways. It's like the operating system. There's several different tunnels and portals to get to the same way. That's why it's confusing for a lot of times for tech support, because the more you know those tunnels and the less the end user does, you have to determine, number one, the level of usage and knowledge and understanding of IT that they're coming from, which is not always easy to do. Hey Mel C, hey MRL. So I did manage to find where, by going all the way through the live TV and then getting add-ons without the live, see, their human computer interface is crap. That's why people are going to stop using this stuff, because you can't. The accessibility is like zero. You know? I was only in season 2. I had like 4 episodes less than season 2. And I was like, confound it. But it's not, but see, that's how I look at it, as divine timing. When it's more effort to go through the means to get it the proper channels, and you can't, you know, look at the cost. Is it worth the cost? I mean, it's an extra $10 a month. Yeah, I have the extra $10 a month, but do I want to? It's a trade-off. It's an energy exchange, and then I'm like pissed off because their freaking website is so crappy, and they make millions and billions of dollars, and this is what we get. And like this morning, I had to freaking restart the modem. I have to restart the modem once a week. If your modems are, I mean, they're crap plastic. They're like probably $4 to manufacture in China. You know, $12 here, but it puts more money in the CEO's pockets if they outsource it. That's how we got into all this outsourcing mess. That's why all this stuff the shelves are empty, is because Americans got lazy and just wanted someone else to do it. You know, people are going to have to find their initiative. They're going to have to, or life is going to get very, very uncomfortable for you. We're quickly freaking getting to a point where money is irrelevant. Because more people are going to start thinking more like me, and it's just like, dude, I don't fucking care if you have money. You're a D-bag, and I don't want nothing to do with you. I get more of that vibe. You know, I've been treated shittier by more fucking people that have gone to church on Sundays than, people, junkies with freaking needles in their arms. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay, Rose. I'll just call you Rose. My name. Oh, Megan Rose. Very nice. Roses have always been significant in my world because we lived in a one room. I have pictures on it, an actual photo in my photo album somewhere. They had these. I grew up in Shasta Lake, Redding, California, the Project City. It's now the shitty Shasta Lake, but it used to be Central Valley. Went to Central Valley High School. Proud Falcon, class of 92. Barely. Anyway, we lived in this one-room cabin, and Mom loved her rose bushes. The front yard had rose bushes on lining the fence. And after she had her stroke, I mean, that was her physical therapy. She'd go out and she'd trim the rose bushes and she'd pick up the leaves and she'd, that was her physical therapy. And so I used to hate the smell of artificial rose smell. So I hated people's representation of roses, like soap, perfume, stuff like that. So and then I knew, like, I'd be around people who I didn't like anyway, and then I'd get, like, I get tells from people, like, I still get whiffs of perfume that it's like, I've known women that have worn that kind of perfume in their life, and they've all been the same, too. It's like they're all of the same vibrational frequency. See, so vibrational frequency, same freak, it goes by smell, all senses. That's why I pay attention to things that trend. And that's why I pay attention to people's names and how they've been in alignment with things in my life. And even the things that are contrary, I pay attention to those too. Because I'm like, what am I not paying attention to? Why is that trouble me? But anyway, so roses, and then so now roses have always and then like when I lived in 2331 out in Omaha, after Mom came live with me, I got her a rose. I'd get a rose bush to plant, and then she became less interested. Now she doesn't really have. It's kind of sad. She doesn't really have a whole lot of memory of her roses. But you know what is interesting? Because I'm interested in, like, smell therapy, and I know, Mel, I see coconut oil. I know you're into this, and I bet you'd have input on this stuff. Is smell therapy? That's why we have this big old blowout of freaking, like, memory problems, like Alzheimer's and all dementia and stuff. Look at the generation of the people that it's affecting. These people just went to work 9 to 5, just did the same thing every day, just did their job, just did what they were told to do every day. That's all that they, So when your brain is conditioned to just do the same things every day over and over, it doesn't practice thinking. It doesn't practice putting things into a line of thinking, because thought processes are supposed to lead to ideas. One idea is supposed to lead to another, and we live in a society that has been set up that it's you just think what you're told to think, and that's it. And so, and art and all that stuff has been taken away. Music, all of those funds have been taken away. So people, and then that you start with these, and then it's you don't think, you're just continuing to see what other people think. But more and more people are finding like they're not agreeing with what they're seeing with, and then they're creating dissidence. But we're gonna have a huge freaking. I'm gonna be real busy here, real quick. I imagine here by the end of the year. I think. I got a feeling. So. Anyway, smell therapy, music therapy, because I play old songs. I'm like, Mom, you remember this song? And yeah, she starts tapping her foot. Oh, already, she starts getting more engaged with things that are happening around her. Oh, Artie, come here, listen to that's makes you feel good. It raises your vibe and closer to the vibrational frequency of love. So when you're in that vibration, you don't care what happens around you. You just love everybody and everything around you. Till you get triggered and then all hell breaks loose like me. But I see, love heals everybody. I believe love can heal me. I believe love has healed me. I believe love will heal me. I used to get resentful and jealous of people that you'd be single. Be mad people like me, They'd be mad and hurt and angry and all this stuff, They're working through it too, but then they'd meet somebody. Instant heal. Instant fix, instant gratification, meet somebody. Oh, and then that doesn't work. Oh, okay, have some kids. Oh, they fixed me. They made me, less selfish. They healed me more. The joy of that, Well, this incarnation, I don't have it in the same order. I still feel the love of a parent because I'm sure it's not much different vibration. I mean, there ain't no different vibration of love of a parent of a parent taking care of a child than me as a child taking care of my parent. I'm willing to do the same things. And the thing is I wasn't even treated that good when I was a kid. Because I rose above it. See, how do people find love if they don't know the frequency of love? Because love and like terror, like boo, that is a very similar frequency. It's very close in frequency. So, some people, it's scary to them. Boo! Surprises aren't good. So you gotta, do things a little bit different in the beginning. Then once we get settled, then booyah, as long as I know where you're coming from. But man, so many people are coming from disruptive heart spaces because they're just fragmented, They don't know how to deal with their emotions. They're just always taught to stuff them. You don't talk about stuff. You just ignore it. Go have a beer. Blah, blah, blah. And now it's like, yeah, this is the stuff that I never fell for. The rest of society did. I got strong in my conviction and my knowing. And freaking went through a lot of shit to teach myself how to learn how to freaking self-soothe. And now we come down to society that doesn't know how to freaking soothe themselves. And nothing ever really that bad has happened, I mean, come on. Ovary up. Divine feminine is rising, all this stuff. You know what, we're gonna complain. I'm gonna not complain. I'm not gonna complain. That was a wrong word. I don't know where that came from. Let me reiterate, back up. I started my menstrual cycle when I was 9 years old, the week after my ninth birthday. I am 46 years old. I never wanted children because children is related to pain with me because the pain of that stupid... I never understood how something microscopic could make something feel like something like tearing flesh, it's the most uncomfortable. But see, men have demonized it because they don't want to hear it. But it's like, that's fine, you don't want to hear it. I think for every first day of the month, every dude I see, I should be able to rack in the nuts. Yeah, because it's uncomfortable, and then you can feel and understand what I'm going through every first day of the month. Yeah. I'm really tired of the crap that people don't want to hear about. Because they're psychopaths. People don't care about other people. They're psychotic. Those are the people that are locked up, and these are the people that are running the nations. But the people that are locked up are the people that know that they're psychotic and that frickin', they're just the blackmail that frickin' ended up on the wrong side of the law. Because the bros club, man, you keep quiet, you end up in place. I'm not going to live a life that way. That's why I say whatever I want to because I don't remember, I don't remember them acting out in their disrespect or whatever. I don't remember them walking along with me in life and seeing the path that I've seen and the grossness and knowing that you could still treat people okay. So them treating me like shit in this instant, I'm not going to accept it in any situation from fucking anybody. I don't care how big they are. I don't care who they are. I don't care what their fucking titles are. I don't care, and I never have. And I've fought with men my whole life. Men that have gotten my mom drunk to take advantage, and me walking upon them in the bushes. I'm 5'3". The man was 6'3". He ended up down the hill. Not me. I don't fucking care. Hiya! That's the thing, man. People want to put I walk into a place. That's why I'm cutting businesses out. It's all the power plays, and every time I walk in, and that's the thing is, just because you can do things doesn't mean you have to. So going into places, I go into one place and it's like this one way, one day, and then next week it's entirely different. I won't go back. I'm looking for consistency in my life. I think most people are. Let's check out the chats. See, I'm at 25 minutes. So I never did get Hulu, and I don't think I'm just gonna freaking let it go. I mean, I could watch it in other ways, but it's just a pain in the ass. But whatever, you know. It's just another thing that sucks in the IT world. And like with here, because streaming was not the way. I had to use the new streaming studio instead of the old streaming studio, which they have you use the old streaming studio usually, but now that page isn't loading, so I guess old streaming studio is done, and now they want the... It's whatever you get. It's a mixed bag, kids. It's whatever you get. If things work, okay. If they don't, okay. I guess you should learn about it. I come from an environment, a family. That's why I'm so allowing with things, because I'm coming from such a controlled environment. So I want people to have free will, because I know what it feels like to freaking not, man. The controller, and they do it in so many weird twists. I have a brother who used to freaking hold me down and pull on my toes until they popped. Until I was like 17, 18. Not like it ain't cute. It ain't, you don't, it's just a dominance thing. It's dominance. That's what, that's why freaking straight men have gay sex. Because it's I had a roommate once who's looked straight as could be. I mean, he was in Operation Desert Storm. He told me what was really going on there. I got the inside scoop there, too. And then now, years later, when the stories come out with the Oklahoma bombing and stuff, oh, yeah, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, they've been freaking making up bullshit since they hired an actor to be president. I mean, come on, people. Anyway, I don't think that we could be twin flames. I mean, well, I don't know. Close in frequency, but twin flame, that's a pretty loaded term for me. So, I mean, but close in frequency, yeah. But I don't even know, like, same flame, because energy always changes, too. It always changes. It always flows. I mean, I could digress. Something could happen as soon as I get off with a live. I get pissed off, go get a bottle of whiskey, and then freaking you read about me in the papers. You know what I mean? Energy is just always potential. It's just always changes. So, that's stuff I gotta be careful with. I went down that. I got an energetic match. And for me, and my belief of thinking, that I'm confident, and there's one energetic match for me. That's always been my storyline. I've always looked for that, and I'm confident I found that. But the story is still playing out, so who knows? I could be wrong. All these things are answered as soon as I believe. When we take our last breath in our incarnation, the last breath, in that last breath is the contents of our spirit. And then that, just like when you blow out a birthday candle and it turns to that little puff, that little smoke, that goes out into the atmosphere of your soul family, solar system. And you go back to where your molecularly, quantumly attracted divine family sits in the cosmos, and you hang out and you vibe in like thinking and consciousness and go, okay, what do we want to do next? Yeah. Then some people want to incarnate, and then they bring that breath down in, and then when babies come into life, and then they're into breath, that's a freaking brutal transformation. The thing is we incarnate in life all the time. Dark night of the soul, people have them all the time. Dark nights of the soul. We're always changing and going through. That's all that's happening now, is just another birth cycle of leaving the old stuff that doesn't no longer serve you, or are you gonna still be a freaking cretin? Inadvertent thorn injection. What? Wait, hold on. I'm trying to catch up now. I wonder how much the delay is. Well, thank you, Mel C. I appreciate you saying my rawness is good. My rawness is not usually warmly accepted. I will tell you that. By inadvertently thorn injection. I don't know what I was in thorns from. I don't know if I... That's cool that you got to find out that you were an empath that young. See, in my way, I got, no, you know, when I'm looking at Zoom, I actually have considered Zoom, and I've thought about Zoom, and thinking of, like, creating spaces, open spaces for people to come there as a different, medium. I just haven't played with it much since I downloaded it like 4 years ago. Yeah, I'm pretty intuitive. I know about this stuff, huh, Benno? Huh? He said, Margie, Benno said go make breakfast for Red and get out of Benno's face. He's hot. That's what he does when he gets hot. Everybody's squirrel up. I know that Scott Gregory Scott, he frickin'... He was feeling anxiety. He's a Virgo. I felt pretty... I don't know. I felt pretty good. I've been sleeping really good, but I've been getting up like at 6 a.m. And that ain't cool. I don't like... I just want to sleep. But what am I... Because it's so comfortable and things are so... I love sleeping. I just love sleeping because that's my spirit in higher dimensions. It's like when people are like, you know, when their loved ones pass on. It's like, why would you... You're gonna see him. Life only lasts a blink of an eye. Time. People are always talking about how fast time. Before we know it, Christmas is just around the corner. We're gonna, you know, it's gonna be a lot different this year. I hope more people are buying homemade and doing homemade stuff. You know, all that stuff that you know, that I got made fun of for doing. Because I always thought it meant more, because it's time. It's about the effort and the time that you put into people and things. And that's why I've always been willing to go the distance. To just spend time with people. We don't got to talk about nothing. It's fun to talk though, but some people it just feels good to be in their company. And it's got nothing to do with sex, man. I'm so freaking tired of people chasing sensations and instant gratifications and people thinking that, you know, oh, I'm really important because I have all this outward stuff that isn't even real. Are people getting it yet? It was so funny. Who was it? Erin, I think, said that yesterday in a live. She's like, Marge, can we talk about your hair? I'm like, I didn't see that till later. I thought it was funny because let's talk about my hair because my hair is kind of a touchy subject. Because I'm kind of particular about my hair because the better people feel like they look, the better they feel. That's why I could tell a dirtbag by just their appearance in life. See, because I'm not... it's so big. It's so big. I love my brush, though. We're just going to clown out a little bit. This is my brush. I highly recommend this brush. I wonder if there's... I would go directly to the manufacturer. Don't buy it off Amazon. Fuck those bastards. They got enough money. Windu. W-I-D-U. Made in Italy. Italy. Support Italia. It's a great brush. Anyway. So, used to go to a barber named Calvin. He's a good dude. Love him. Cut Connections. A great man. Good guy. Honest man. Man of integrity. Hopefully when he opens up, I know people will be waiting to sit back in his chair, so good luck to you, sir. And maybe if I don't, make myself too nutty, maybe I won't be one of those. I just want it to go in a ponytail. That's all. All this is ego to me. All this is ego. Because it doesn't look cute like it used to. Huh, Benny? It's ego inflation, Marge. So I have... It's big. And you know what? I'm going to talk about this and I'm going to end up. Hair, from what I understand, my native culture, there's intuition in stuff. Like a lot of our intuition is in our hair. And see, and I think that's funny because a lot of times I don't want to know. I get dialed in on so many people's energy, just in public, and so many people are fucking dirty and gross. Just gross. I mean, you can tell what they do in their private stuff is gross just by looking at them. And but the thing of it is, I'm full spectrum, so I gotta remember, you can't judge a book by its color, and you are never going to be right 100%, so you could be all the way wrong, Yet I've been right so many times, but it's that, it's the balance, everything's balance, you got to keep it in check. So, one of the ways to do that for me is when I am wrong, I admit it, and I tell the person that I'm wrong too. And people aren't always gracious, because I grew up around people that are like, yeah, you're wrong. You're wrong because you're dumb. You're wrong because you're wrong, and tell me how wrong. And I'm just like, yeah. But that's how I keep my side of the street and my karma clean, so whatever. Fuck them. Anyway, so, and then I had this inkling a while ago, about 4 or 5, right before this, to grow it out again. Because I grew it out back in 2002, 3, when I went to Operation Iraqi bullcrap, and I got it actually cut when I was in Greece. It was really, I have a lot of hair, and it just got to the point that it was back all the time. It was just always in a ponytail. But now I think I'm gonna teach myself how to braid it and to do, because there's all tutorials. See, people think, they look at it, it's like, yeah, she's masculine, but I'm a girly girl too. I'm full aspect, so it's like, whoever my person is gonna be is like, I mean, we're gonna do like pedicure, Sunday morning pedicures over coffee and freaking, and some good victuals and stuff like that. Some pastries and things, and just hopefully with more people in that, not just 2 people, it's better, but it's just stuff like that. And so I want to learn how to braid my hair and do some pretty nice things with it, because it's nice hair, and and when you got a nice head of hair, you got to treat it with respect. And when I was a little girl, they kept it short because I didn't brush it and I didn't take care of it because it hurt, because you get tangly and stuff. But now I'm a lot better about taking care of things that and that I appreciate and stuff like that. So anyway, it's about all I got for now. I gotta get ready for some breakfast. She's about at her hour mark that she's been awake. She slept in a little bit today, and that's good. And she's gonna want to hear some of my stories. When she wakes up, then but it's just like my energy is so strong, man. It ain't for everybody. But I'm gonna find those people that I can get up and be me around. you know, and they'll like it, and you know, just be like, oh, that's cool, that's just Marge, you know, not just shh, be quiet, God, why are you always so loud? Let me have my coffee first. You know, to my detriment. I am not to a detriment. I am an asset. I am not a liability.